Day 2 of Brown's mandatory minicamp here in Berea, and we got to hear from Diontae Johnson for the first time. Of course, he is here at minicamp. We've gotten to see him practice for the first time in front of us, and Mary Kay, I guess he sort of addressed what happened last year, but didn't really want to address what happened last year. What stood out to you from what Diontae had to say today?
Well, he really wants to put that year behind him. That's what stood out to me. As we know, 3 different teams gave up on him. He's been all over the place since he left Pittsburgh, including a stint in Baltimore. And he really needs to hunker down and put his nose to the grindstone and kind of keep his head on straight if he wants this opportunity to work out for him here. And I really think it's kind of his last chance. I mean, nobody else called him besides the Browns to come play football for them this year. It's a great, great opportunity. He has to make the most of it. We've talked about this before. He did not attend OTAs. I felt that was a curious decision when he's in a situation where he's got to be on point in every single way. But he's so talented. He's incredibly talented, and if he can keep it together, the Browns will be onto something here.
And Ashley, he still very much believes in that talent, and I guess for me, just the idea that the Browns were the only team that called him, that's one of those things that kind of gives you pause. But also he mentioned that Andrew Berry really liked him back in the draft process, which again makes this not very surprising. It is ultimately a low-risk move for the Browns.
Yeah, and we know that Andrew Berry, once he likes a guy in a draft process, it's hard for him to let go of that. Of course, that's why they ended up with Jerry Jeudy a year ago, and they turned out, it looks like so far, to be right about what they thought Jerry Jeudy could be. So I'm sure, like you said, it's kind of low risk. No one else was giving the guy a phone call at that point. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But yeah, to Mary Kay's point, interesting to really hear him reiterate today. He thinks this was only one bad year. He says he knows he can't really control what other people are saying or thinking about him, and it's about going out there and doing his job. But I mean, it's undeniably, I think, a narrative he has to change given the state of the rest of the league and what they clearly thought of him by no one else giving him a call.
All right, on Tuesday we heard from the rookie quarterbacks. Today it was the veteran quarterbacks. I didn't get a chance to really hear much of what Kenny Pickett had to say, but I did listen to Joe Flacco. But first, Mary Kay, what did you take away from these veteran quarterbacks?
Well, to start with Kenny, first of all, and Kenny still has consistently been going first in 11-on-11s. When there's usually a key team period, he's been going first much of the time. But he did say in the offseason he plans on getting together with Joe Flacco. They're both sort of from the Jersey area, and getting together with some other guys and working out in the offseason. So I thought that was good. We already know he's been working out with Jerry Jeudy some, and to just kind of keep it going, I think it's smart.
And Ashley, just Joe Flacco, I don't know, it was just a very dad-like press conference from Joe Flacco. He talked about his thoughts on vacation, telling stories. Again, just every time Joe Flacco talks, you can just tell why he's happy to be back here, still playing football, and I'm convinced he might just play this game till he's 60 if he can.
I mean, my gosh, Joe Flacco is a storyteller, talking about, how different it was when he first came into the league versus for young guys like Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel now, and about how he can remember being in the Ravens cafeteria and the first time he heard another player talk about Twitter, and he had to be like, what's that? Totally different world for him, but I think it just kind of, again, gave some perspective into who Joe Flacco is, why he's so valuable. I mean, the last 2 days, you've really heard multiple people talk about the diversity of experiences in that quarterback room, and I think it really doesn't get much more diverse than what the Browns have right now, and Joe's lengthy experience in the league is a big part of that.
Okay, now let's talk about on the field, because with the rookie quarterbacks, especially Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, we have seen Shedeur Sanders take second-team reps before, but today, interestingly, at least during one move-the-ball period, and it was really one of the first move-the-ball periods that we've seen, the Browns actually had Shedeur Sanders go ahead of Dillon Gabriel. He went with the second team. Dillon Gabriel then went with the third team. It's the only time we saw it. It's the only time we have seen this, but Mary Kay, just sort of an interesting step forward, I guess, in this competition.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's earned it, and I think we've all seen that. He's done a really, really nice job with all of the things that the Browns have given him to do so far, and when you do that, that's when you get the better reps. So that's what he's getting now. Good for him. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, but they are also abiding by their promise to mix and match and to let all of these guys have an opportunity to win this job.
And I tweeted this, and as you can imagine, people are taking it well. Dillon Gabriel, when he was going against the guys that we've seen Shedeur go against, I think he looked at the best he has, at least when we've been out there. So again, it's just important to remember who guys are going against, who they're facing. But Shedeur, like Mary Kay said, Ashley, I think he's earned this opportunity. I think we're going to continue to see him earn more.
He's he's made the throws even when it is going against those fourth string guys or third string guys, when it's not that quote-unquote ideal competition you would want to see. But on the flip side of that is he's making some of those throws not throwing to the top flight receivers as well, and the same can be said of Dillon today. I thought both of those guys had fairly good days, and I think, again, to our larger point yesterday, I think when you're really going to see Shedeur have that chance to compete for some of those first-team reps would be at this point once we get into training camp.
Okay, one more day of minicamp. It is on Thursday, and then everybody's going to go their separate ways. And then the real competition starts at the end of July in training camp. We will cover the rest of minicamp, everything in between minicamp and training camp, all at cleveland.com/Browns.